Action Jackson.
Action Jackson.
That's me. You think so? Can I be like Action Jackson? Like Jax, like Jackson.
I thought that's what you were.
Well, I don't know if I was Action Jackson, Jack.
You're whatever you want to be.
Oh, thanks.
It's 2024.
That is true. I want to be rich.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I think so. I don't want to be rich. I want to be happy. I want to.
You're not happy?
Shut up.
No, see, if only she'd have married a weatherman.
I should have married a weatherman.
She'd be happy.
No, I want to be like comfortable. I want to be a little bit more than comfortable.
I want to be freaking loaded.
Yeah?
Just filthy rich.
I want to be loaded with tots in my belly right now.
Always hungry.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah, filthy rich. Then I can help out all my friends. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
So there's that.
Then I could work on the Etzel.
There's also that.
Because I'm going to make a lot of mistakes. Do you have any idea how much money an engraving machine is?
Oh, boy. So, yeah, we're back.
Yeah.
And it's time to rip this guy apart and figure out what is going on.
Da-da-da.
And get rid of all this unwanted and unnecessary noise it's making. And hopefully have a transmission in it that'll properly shift and not, do what this one's doing.
So when we were on our way home from the Loudounville, I still don't know if I said that right, but when we were heading home from South Carolina, that's a lie. When we're heading from Indiana to South Carolina.
There it is.
Yeah, I got it. Right? It was right outside of Nashville. I mean, It was almost like the Pigeon Forge experience where we were driving and all of a sudden you just heard like, clonk, like when
How did it go?
Just kind of like that.
Just like that.
Yeah, it was just like that. I mean, it was a lot.
It was a very violent downshift
Yeah.
for no reason. Just decided to just violently downshift. And it was, it sounded like it was coming apart.
So I stayed very quiet for a lot more of that trip.
Why?
Oh, because I'm scared.
Of what?
I'm scared of you.
Of me? What are you talking about?
Dude, so like he's already got a little bit of that road rage. Like when people are driving by and stuff.
Cut.
So he has to listen to things. And I have a really bad habit of talking.
No.
You don't say. So yeah, when bad stuff happens, I try to be really quiet. Because if not, I'm just going to keep on going. And then Steven's going to be like, I'm trying to listen to things. So instead, I've just tried to make you listen to things.
You act like I'm going to throw you out of the moving car.
Can you imagine?
I fear for my life.
I fear for my life. Guys, when you see me rolling out of a car from here on in, you know why. It's every trip. He just pushes me out. I do somersaults.
Just pushed out of a moving vehicle every time we go somewhere. Because she doesn't stop talking.
That'd be a good movie.
I don't think so.
No?
No, I don't believe so. I believe one time of getting pushed out of a moving vehicle, you're probably going to be done dealing.
I mean, what if
You're pretty fragile.
What if I tuck and roll?
Tuck and roll, Granny.
Yeah. Oh.
I guess we'll see.
Yeah.
Next time you're talking over the noise the car's making and I have to push you out.
That would be kind of funny.
Oh my God, lady.
Yeah. He's going to divorce me.
No, I'm not. I'm just going to push you out of a moving
He's
vehicle.
just going to push me off of a moving vehicle. So anyway, that's the reason that all this is happening. So again, we always do something crazy to the car. I say we, like I'm the one doing this.
This isn't crazy. This is maintenance.
It is maintenance, but yeah, we have the turkey rod run coming up. So he wants to get everything a little bit more in order. And also because we're going back to the Starboard in February. So he's just being proactive in the matter.
Yeah, that's a long drive
Yeah.
to Oklahoma. That's like 18 hours or something like that. It's like, I don't know, 1,500 miles. So one way.
Yeah.
So, 3,000 more miles on the car that it needs to make it there and make it back.
It's the next day. We went to O'Reilly's. We finally got a flashlight for under the car, and I am very excited about this.
She really is.
I really am. Look at this. You can see what we're doing. It's like a modern day miracle.
Oh yeah, that's right. Check out that Yukon locker.
Boom.
Boom. So we obviously have opened this up and everything in it sounds good. Other than possibly this bearing over here may have had some noise. And this seal was leaking, as you can see. So,
I can't see the flashlight's not on it.
oh well. So we're going to drop the center pin out of this thing and go ahead and pull this axle. And of course, O'Reilly's did not have the seal or bearing that I need. You know, because this rear end wasn't used in 30 different applications for 20 plus years.
You said 30 plus years in the car.
Yeah, probably more accurate. So anyway, it's just a standard 8.2 10 bolt GM rear end. I mean, they were used in everything, but they didn't have it, so they had to order it. So we're at least going to get the axle pulled out, get the seal pulled out, because I know the seal is bad, and then we'll move on to something different until we can get the parts we need.
He means then we're gonna go watch movies. That sounds amazing after these crazy few weeks, I think.
Doesn't sound bad.
I worked all day. I finally started editing pictures from the evil shindig. I got like 53 of them done.
Cool. From
Like
the shindig.
ice. Yeah.
We're also gonna wash this out with some brake clean.
2 bottles we got.
Yeah. We'll blast it in there and see how much of it we can get directly in our eyeballs.
Man, it's like people could actually see what you're doing now.
Cool. The paint on the springs don't care too much for the brake clean.
So it's not going to be purple
No,
much longer?
They're not going to be purple. They'll be all right.
That was my school colors. I was purple and white. High school. We were the Pirates. What were you guys?
The rebels.
What were your colors?
Red and black. Oh yeah, the purple didn't like that. Let's get all of that out of there.
The purple's almost gone already completely.
Well, that's all right. We don't need it.
Purple power.
We don't need the purple power.
Man, we used to have like crazy cheers. Purple and white, you know. I was not a cheerleader.
I hope not.
No, I was rejected from the cheerleading squad.
They rejected you?
Yeah. They told me I was a freak.
You're a freak.
Yeah.
You are.
They said they don't accept freaks on their squad. And then nobody else was good enough that tried out. And they came back and approached me like a week later. And
Did you tell them to?
yeah, I said I thought you didn't want freaks on your squad. And there's that. I was never a cheerleader. I did try in my high school gothic self. They just didn't like me.
Oh well. Okay. I need air. Okay.
I believe you.
I need a 12-point socket or wrench. Oh, actually, no, that thing's 6.5 on that. What I need is some shop rags. How do we not have any rags left? That's a full-on beach towel.
Yeah, what I'm talking about is a bunch of towels that cut them up. Like you said, or cut them up.
I don't know what you're saying. I can't hear you. Okay. What size are you? You are not 3/8. You are probably 5/16. whiz. Let's put this in our parts pan or we'll lose it.
Wait, you have a real parts pan now?
Kind of.
That's impressive. No more Tupperware?
I mean, technically this is plastic, so.
I mean,
Center pin.
I got the full explanation on how this works the other night.
You did. You got the full breakdown. Of course, this clip is spun around. We need a magnet. There's a freaking magnet. Why do I never put anything away when I'm done with it?
Is it like that one stuck to the truck?
Just like that.
Okay.
All right, what did I just do, Jacqueline?
You went on a hunt for
Not
the
that.
telescopic magnet.
No.
You took the pin out of the center.
Yep, how did I do it?
You unbolted the bolt on the side.
It's a through bolt.
Yeah, a through bolt, right? So you started with the one that went through here before you took the one out from here.
Yeah, you unbolt the pin and then now there's a keeper in here that has to come out.
A keeper?
The keeper.
Like
the
a
keeper we
gatekeeper?
talked about, the C-clip.
That's the C-clip?
That guy that doesn't want to come out of there probably because that locker is going to be right in the way and I'm going to end up having to pull the locker and that's going to really piss me off.
Everything pisses you off.
Huh? I already did that. The axle's shoved as far as it'll possibly go. Come on, man, this ain't my first rodeo. I can't remember. I feel like the last time I did this was in my driveway on Pat's old Blazer, and it had this same style locker, and I want to say we ended up having to pull the locker before we could pull the clip out, but I don't know. Now there it goes. Maybe, possibly. There it is.
Oh.
Couldn't remember. Here, parts pan. So now, the axle comes out.
My, that's a long rod you have. What do you laugh?
Oh man, am I laughing at the fact that this Moser axle is shot?
Is it?
Yep.
So you're happy?
No, I'm not happy. Holy shit. Well, that explains all the noise.
Happy Steven, everyone.
Yep, that just got expensive.
I mean, is that, what was the moment you said that about me?
Okay, look. See where the bearing rides?
Yeah.
See that giant groove?
Yeah.
That's where the bearing's riding.
Oh,
It's
that's not
just-
supposed to be there.
No, it just ate the axle.
Oh.
So that's what all of our noise is.
So it looks so perfect though. Like it looks like it's supposed to be there.
That's where the bearing rides.
Oh.
And that surface should be nice and smooth like this.
Oh. So do we have to go back to O'Reilly's?
No, I have to order this.
Oh, O'Reilly's doesn't do that.
They probably won't have. They might have a stock axle, which I may just go back with a stock and not a Moser.
I mean,
Obviously, the Moser didn't last long. Oh boy.
Did you put that one on?
Yeah, these are brand new axles.
Oh.
These are aftermarket axles that are, supposed to be way better than stock, but that's only 37,000 miles on it, and it's shot.
That shouldn't be, correct?
No.
What
should
is the average amount that you feel is significant to get out of
I've
an
put
axle?
300,000 miles on an axle before with
Okay.
no issue. So this is possibly due to dirt getting in it and a bad seal. So I mean, it's probably not the axle's fault. It's probably the seal was going bad, got some dirt in there. Once the bearing starts riding on top of dirt on the axle, it's going to start embedding the dirt into the axle, and then you get what we have here.
So everything you've been hearing, that's what it was.
It's a good possibility, yeah.
Hmm.
That's that. that god awful growling noise that we've been hearing.
So guys, if you need a t-shirt, now is the time.
She shot. Oh, now.
Senior Wiggins, that almost went places. I didn't know if Dad did that when it started
Yeah,
rolling.
he touched it and walked away from it, and it about bit the dust. And took off rolling. That also means I got to buy new studs.
You are a stud. You don't need another one.
Which means I'll need also new lug nuts, because these are all 1/2 inch for these 1/2 inch studs for the Mosier axles.
So are we just gonna get another Mosier axle?
I don't know. God dang. Well, I'll check that other one now. You can take that other axle out. Go to that brake rotor
Okay.
and push it inward. Push the whole axle in this way.
Inward?
Inward. See?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Now you can pull the clip. In here, the C-clip. Where did the magnet go? What did I do with the magnet?
Do you remember lobster sticks to magnet? I pulled it out now.
You got it?
Yeah, it's partially there. How painful is it for you to watch me do like the most tedious things and like not be able to figure it out?
It's brutal.
Is it?
No, it's fine.
Okay.
All right, pull the axle out carefully.
Yeah, you can see it.
That
know,
one's
no.
probably still good. Pull it on, pull it out of there carefully, so we can
Assess.
examine it.
Did you assess the situation?
Yeah, this one's okay.
Yeah, that looks a lot different, but is this here, now that dark area over there, is that kind of like the start of this?
It's just shiny from riding on it. It's fine. I know why it did it. You remember I had those axles for years before I used them, and when I opened that one up, it had surface rust, and I cleaned it. That's why.
I actually remember that.
This one's fine. This one's done dealing. So yeah, this axle had a little bit of surface rust on it, and they even had Cosmoline on them too, but apparently that didn't help. And I had these axles for years for a different car, and ended up using them on this. But when I unwrapped that axle, there was like minimal rust on it. It wasn't bad at all. I took I think some steel wool or something and some oil and cleaned it up, but apparently there was just enough pitting in it that we wiped it out. She done dealing. But that makes me feel better. At least I know now that we definitely had something going on, and it wasn't just in my head. I was hearing noise in the car, and I've driven the car enough that any change in it, any noise it makes, I'm like, what was that? That doesn't belong there. So this was like a growl, and it wasn't horrible, but you could hear it. And then before we went to Indiana, me and Dad actually jacked the car up, started it up, put it in gear, and just let the wheels rotate. And right back by the passenger side, if you got down real close to the wheel, you could barely hear it. But I guess 70, 80 mile an hour, it was getting magnified up through the car some. Not horrible, but I could hear it. So that's what it was. So it's a bad axle shaft and a bad bearing and a bad seal. So we got to replace everything on this side.
So just the one side though?
Yeah. Gotcha.
It got Dad today too, not just me. Hours have passed.
Not really.
The nighttime is here. Well, I guess like an hour and a
Maybe.
half has passed, something like that.
Yeah, we decided to be losers and sit on our butt and do nothing. So I'm just cleaning up this surface, the seal surface here. Axle, as you've seen, is 100% shot. So I
ordered
have
new ones.
ordered. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I just went ahead and ordered 2 new axles because that other axle had some rust on it from the beginning also. So it probably, I mean, it might last forever, but I just said screw it. Ordered 2 new axles, ordered 2 new bearings, 2 new seals, and the wheel studs and all that because these are screw-in studs. They're not press-in. So the new axles come with press-ins. So got all that on order, but we won't have that for who knows how long. It'll probably be towards the end of the week, next week, before we get, what's the day? Today's Friday. So we probably won't have the axles until next Thursday at the earliest. So
we might have a little show to go to Saturday if we can get it done.
I mean, we can get it done if they
It
show
comes
up.
in time.
Yeah, if they show up on time, then it ain't nothing to throw them back in and fill this thing back up with fluid and all that. As long as we don't run into any other issues, but I don't think we will. So tomorrow we're going to work on getting the transmission out and getting the other transmission back in and see if that one sounds any better. But tonight, the only other thing we're going to do is just kind of get this stuff cleaned up and ready to go back together and get it all covered up. That way we don't get any dirt or anything in here, because we are going to be cutting on the floor under here. So my overlap areas, I rolled it and everything, got everything welded in, seam sealed on the inside, but I still have to go back and cut all the excess metal out of the way, because this was done in 2 pieces, so I overlapped it. So I gotta cut this out of there, and then all of this that's hanging over, because I just went straight down to the floor in the car. So we'll get all this cut back out of the way, anything overhanging. And then while we got the transmission out, we'll do the same thing in the front, get that all cleaned up, and we'll get something welded back into these floor braces in the front, kind of make like a drive shaft loop and tie those back together, and seam seal everything, undercoat all that, and then all that'll be done. We didn't have time to do all that whenever we cut the floor out before we went to Evil Shindig, so we'll get it finished up this time around.
Power stance.
Yeah, so that's what we got going on tonight. So we'll be back on it in the morning, ripping the transmission out.
Now for movies.
So we'll see you then.
Hey guys,
Hey, what's up? Hey,
you got an RCA today?
hey, what's
Wait. Oh wait, I'm zooming in.
She's all zoomed in. Ooh.
Okay. Intermission from working.
Yeah, kind of. We're gonna go look at another car because we don't have enough project cars
Yeah,
because we're stupid.
that's right. Possibly 2 more cars.
Possibly, we don't know yet.
Yeah.
2 more Etzels.
Yeah. And I mean, one I might be able to
favorite.
use some stuff. Hey, you actually said your dream car at one point was an Etzel.
It was
Car.
never my dream car.
Well, it was a wanted
Never
car.
said that.
Well, you said it's something you really, really
Don't
wanted.
put words in my mouth, lady.
Oh, I don't know.
Don't try to put the Etzel.
When you're like, I really,
life
really wanted one.
on me.
To me, like that's a dream.
No, they were never a dream car.
I mean,
Anyway,
it is pretty dreamy.
we're going to look at 2 of them. Well, one of them I think it's already been bought, but we know the guy that bought it, so if it's something great, maybe he'll sell it.
Because
to
we
us.
told him we wanted to buy it when he told us about him.
Yeah, something like that. So anyway,
Yeah.
we're going to take a look at them. Write me out. And then we got to go to the shop where I normally work and press axle studs in. I did get my new axles. So
From Summit,
Summit got them shipped to me.
really, really quickly. Go
Pretty quick,
Summit.
yeah. So I ordered them like late Friday night and they showed up on Sunday. Today's Monday. We didn't do anything yesterday. We hung out with the kids and all that good stuff. So now today we're going to go look at these cars and then we're going to try to get some work done. I need to at least get that rear axle buttoned back up and all that good stuff, and then we're going to get the transmission pulled out of the car and clean up all that metal underneath that we showed you.
Steven does have a real job, in case you guys didn't know.
Yeah, I do.
So, yeah, that's it.
It really gets in the way of my slacking.
Yeah. All right, we'll keep you guys posted.
All right, see ya.
Do you think the Etzel's going to be red?
Ugh.
I know. All right, guys, we're a no-go because it's a 58. And honestly, we still would have grabbed it and restored it because we've wanted to restore a regular one too. But the roof is pretty far gone. Hold on, wait, let me show you.
You know exactly what you get over.
Check that bad boy out. Oh, yeah. You know, we could turn it into a convertible. But yeah. And then unfortunately, that's Pat over there. Pat already bought the 59 convertible. That's kind of what we had our eye on. But we're hoping maybe he'll decide to sell it one day to us.
She'll know.
Yeah.
Babe, what was the cubic inch on the Etzel engines?
Was it a 342 or
Give me, what's another option? 362.
was it a 360?
362.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
I said, give me options if I hear which one it is. I'm pretty sure it was a 362.
360.
The 6 was in there, not an 8, yeah.
Cubic inch variations to Ford had with the F motors.
But yeah, so that's the convertible.
I can say it's got a 39 grill and the bumper is pretty good. The rear
Yeah.
bumper vent
Yeah.
on it.
We can make this look so cool.
What year is this,
And then
65, I think, or 66, somewhere along in that area.
we got a Thunder Turd in here. Steven's favorite car of all time.
352s in
The old
them.
Thunder
Some of them
chicken.
had 390s out.
But it will go to a pretty good home, I'm sure. So
It's got all the power steering.
So that's it for the day. Well, check out back in with you guys when we get to the shop.
Later.
Did you say hi to Tater yet? Hi, Tater. Hey guys, we finished being American Pickers.
We did. We bought some stuff.
We bought a lot of things from that place, even though we did not buy a car.
And we still may buy a car.
Yeah.
We're not sure.
So we're at Steven's job. He has one of those.
Sometimes.
Yeah. Do you want to tell the people what you actually do?
I build magneto-hydrodynamic Galfan wiping systems.
So, hold on. I'm going to turn this way.
I mean, you could Google it if you want, but you're not going to find anything.
I literally had to bring it over here because when I first met Steven and he said that, I looked it up. Google does not tell you what he does for a living. So I tried to ask my dad to kind of interview him and then call me up later and tell me, and I still didn't understand. I'm finally starting to understand.
We're the only company in the world that does it. So we control coating thickness on tube products. So that's basically what it boils down to. And we do it magnetically.
With zinc, right?
Yeah, Galfan.
See, I learned. I can kind of explain to people what he does now. Not well, but I kind of think I even comprehend a little bit more than some people do at this point.
Well, yeah. You've had to listen to me talk about it 700 times.
That is real.
I need to bring that thing up higher.
So you want to tell people like what we're doing?
We're pressing the studs into the axles.
Because the other ones were Mosier axles, and now we have Summit axles.
Yeah, the Mosier axles were screw-in studs, which are nice, but we ordered Summit brand axles just because I didn't want to spend the ridiculous amount of money on the Mosier axles again. So we went with the cheaper ones, and these are press-in studs, and these are the same size as what the original would be, which is a 7/16 stud. The Mosiers were 1/2-inch studs. So now we also have to, I got to try to find some more lug nuts because my lug nuts aren't going to fit, but that's okay. We'll deal with it. We'll figure it out.
It is really dark in here.
Yeah. We're taking care of that, like, soon.
Yeah, they actually just moved like warehouse locations. Like warehouse locations, of course. I use the word like again.
You just can't help yourself.
I mean, listen, I think I've done a bit better so far since I've really been aware and trying. Sometimes I just can't help it. So what exactly is this going to do?
We're going to press these studs in here. You're going to see.
I'm going to see. I'm going to learn.
You'll be learning here in just a second
It's a learning lesson.
how this works.
Can I jack it?
Yeah. Yeah, you can. You can pull these in. Sometimes you can put a like a spacer on there, and you can use the lug nut, and you can pull them in with an impact, but you chance stretching the threads. So I try not to do that. I've done it in the past when I didn't have access to a press, but it's not the ideal situation. So this is the better way to go. There you go. You got to do 5 on each one. And you also, when you're doing this, You got to be careful not to let the bearing surface get banged into anything. Go for it.
Okay. That gets locked. That's it, I think.
All right. Studs are pressed in.
You're a stud. I like when you're pressed in.
Oh dear. Headed back to the house and get this rear end put back together so we can move on to the next task.
Transmission.
Yay. All right. See you at the garage.
This is the way we wash the sheets, wash the seats, wash the sheets. The sheets.
What?
I said, this is the way we wash the seats, but I think I was singing wash the sheets and not wash the seats.
All right. Picked up some Thunderbird seats, some Thunder Turd seats. Don't know what we'll use them in or if we'll ever use them or just sell them, but they were cheap, so we had to have them. We actually got 4 bucket seats, 2 black ones and 2 like a bluish green. So figured we'd clean them up before we throw them in the shed. That way that's at least done.
Yeah, they were like in really nice shape too.
Yeah, they're pretty decent for being original. You can kind of see this one's got like a indent in it here and here. Well, they both do from being folded down and stored like that, which is kind of unfortunate, but it may come out of there. Even if it doesn't, who cares?
Did Dad see everything we got yet?
He's not even here.
Like even on the metal on them, they're not really scratched or anything.
No, they're in really good shape. I mean, if somebody needs some Thunderbird seats, let me know. Sell them to you.
Were these the seats that were out of the Thunderbird that were in there?
No, that car had seats in it.
Okay.
These are older. I think these are probably 60s, like early 60s. Honestly, I'm not 100% sure what year these are. I'm not a Ford guy.
Guys, wait until you see the floor mats we got though.
They're pretty awesome. I don't even have a Ford van, but I had to have those.
I wonder if Cody, I feel like he's gonna be like, those are awesome.
I mean, anybody that sees them should be like, those are awesome.
I know.
Because it's like, it's not something you really see that much. Anybody need these? Rear floor mats for a Thunderbird. 1 pair. Still in the original Ford wrapping.
They're gonna go on Marketplace and eBay, so
Number 8521.
let's see. There it is.
Now here, you got all that up there too.
Oh, hold on. Let's get there. There it is.
Rear
There-
floor mats,
There's
black.
the info, guys.
Quantity, it's 1.
Yes, 1 pair. Well, guys, you saw here. These did come in the original wrapper.
Yep. It'll never go back in that wrapper though.
Yep,
Oh,
it's a
it.
pair.
Thunderbird,
There we go.
brand new. I mean, we could look up this part number and find out what year they're for. Somebody may want them.
Yeah.
I have no use for Ford parts. Other than these seats, I might put them in something.
Those kind of look like bus seats.
They might be.
There's one. Guys, don't even laugh at me. I'm stupid excited about this. Look at my little automatic gas detector. Julie would be very excited too. Don't let anybody fool you, it's pretty cool. Yeah.
I mean, it's not as cool as these floor mats.
No, wait, did you pull out the other ones?
They're right here. I mean, that's pretty epic. Anybody got a
Cool.
Ford van?
I mean, those are really awesome.
I mean, they're even, burning the back tires on it.
I got a ton of soda bottles. That was very exciting.
Got this guy too.
Yeah, and I got my gas can. Marvel Mystery Oil. There it is.
It's not a gas can.
No.
It's
I did
an
get
oil can.
Yeah, I did
Along
say
with
that.
this oil can.
With that little guy. I did get a Penthouse magazine too.
Yep, there's that.
Leave it to me to find find those in the middle of the garage.
Some Etzel 58 wagon tail lights.
Yep.
Got a Chevy truck shop manual.
For all of your Chevy truck stop needs.
Say that again.
Yeah. I think I'm done.
I'm done.
Chevy truck stop.
Oh, and I got another receiver, which I need for the 54. I got to turn that upside down because, you know, the car sits so low. So I've been needing one of those, but I haven't bought one.
Yeah. So that was like our cool little outing. My bottles are really cool. I got some old Tab bottles, which I love, like the mid-century Tab bottles. And some Sprite bottles and a Pepsi one.
All right. Ah, these don't match. 2 different seats.
2 different seats.
Oh well, we have them. Rubbing away.
But it's not really doing anything.
We need like cleaner recommendations because every single thing I buy lately is just absolute trash. It doesn't work. I bought some wheel cleaner yesterday and I might as well have been spraying water at the wheels that I was trying to clean. Aluminum wheels. What's the best cleaner for aluminum wheels, guys? I mean, I want something I can spray on there and it's just gonna, you know, eat away some brake dust and all that good stuff. But the Mother's wheel cleaner, the touchless wheel cleaner, as it was described as, was absolute garbage and did nothing. Even after scrubbing it with a scrub brush, it still did nothing.
And then we're doing this with some goof off. It's doing a little bit right now, but nothing.
I mean, these seats might just be too far gone to ever clean, but I've seen people clean up some pretty disgusting stuff and make it look pretty good.
I love watching those videos.
We might just be using the wrong cleaner.
Yeah, like, you know, like the car detailing videos? I really want to set up my own little, like, rotary brushes to clean stuff with. What? I really want them, you know that. And I want one of the squeegees that, like, you could put the hose that attached to them. You know what I'm talking about. And it sprays the soap right out and the squeegee's right in it.
Look at how happy she is about some cleaning products for
Yeah.
the girl who doesn't really clean.
Yeah, I like to clean, like, dirty things. I don't like... Listen, I like it when there's a purpose. I don't like to feel like Groundhog Day and I gotta wash the same dang dishes every night. I hate doing the dishes. Steven told me once that he will do anything for me. He will build me anything and he will take me anywhere. He will go anywhere with me, but he will never do the dishes and he will never cook.
I'm holding up my end of the deal.
I mean, and I kind of had to, like, agree with it because he does drive me around the country. FYI, all the shows and all the crazy stuff we go to is usually because I'm the one that's like, let's go here, let's go do that. Some of this is coming up, babe. Yeah, it's really not doing
It's doing absolutely nothing.
It's doing nothing. Let me try this one for a minute.
Seemed like a good spot to be. This is a great view.
It's my supervisor.
I'm supervising.
Yeah.
You're doing good, babe.
Yeah, you're supervising.
Keep up the good work. Yeah, this stuff's not really
Doing anything.
doing anything. Well, guys, the goof off cleaner sucks.
The goof off is goofing off, guys. It's not really doing anything.
Yep. I mean, the Ford mats are a little cleaner. All right. Back on the car after, you know, some seat washing and listing parts for sale and all that good stuff. So I'm just pulling these top bolts out of this transmission bell housing because I got to pick the car back up to work on the rear axle. So I figured I would go ahead and get these pulled while the car is not 10 feet in the air. Because, you know, it just seemed like the right thing to do. Every time I do this, I have to remember to put these ground wires back or the car will not run. Now the rest of the bolts we can get from under the car.
We're pulling seals!
Guys, the microphone's died. So Steven's gonna talk really loud.
I'm gonna yell at you. This guy was bad due to the fact that the, you know, axle was bad and dragging on the seal. thing works good.
You're not talking loud enough.
This thing works good. I've never owned one of these until yesterday. It's like one of those things that I'm always like, I need to buy one of those, and then I never do, and then I seen it in the parts store, and I was like, oh yeah, well, let's get that.
Kind of like a flashlight.
Yeah, no, I need this too.
What?
That's done draining.
You're not talking loud enough.
It's done draining. Seal number 2.
The light's not in the way.
Man, I should have bought one of these things like 20 years ago. Cool. All right, time to remove some bearings, which I don't have the puller for this. I know they make one, but I just use a slide hammer because that's what I got. At least it's always worked for me. This is gross. Gross. That's what happens when you have leaking seals. It's like nothing worse than gear oil. It smells so god awful. We're gonna get brake clean to the eyeballs, but you know, it's just a question of how much. Excellent. First. At least we didn't get gear lube all over the brakes. It's a plus. There is some in the rotor. It was leaking right down into the fins of the rotor, but it wasn't leaking enough that it was, you know, slinging it into the pads or anything. So we're good. We can reuse those. Even though I do want to I think I want to change these to ceramic pads while I have this apart. I put ceramic pads on the front, but no one had ceramic pads. I ended up having to order them off of Amazon, and Amazon had one set. That was it. I'm running the same brake pads on the front and the rear. They're all just front S10 brake pads. But apparently the auto parts store doesn't sell ceramic pads for an S10, which I found very strange, but I went to 2 different parts stores and neither one of them had them. So
I forgot about that.
So I had to order them on Amazon, and even Amazon only had one set of ceramic. So we changed the ones on the front a while back to ceramic, but still running the regular ones on the back. And I want to change these out too. Almost. Got it. Tight. I don't want it to examine those rollers, but I'll be doing that now. They're just all over the place. Well, let's see if we can get the other side out, or if it's gonna need some heat. Got him. 2 down. None to go. Alright, let's get this cleaned up and get the new ones in, along with the new seals, and get these axles back in. Bearing install. Don't touch the rollers on your bearings, guys. Wherever you put a fingerprint on there, salt from your fingers on the roller, that is where your bearing will fail eventually. It'll take it a while, but that will be the point of failure, wherever you put your salty little finger. That's where all the metal is from our axle. So, we're going to spray back through this thing. Try to get as much of this washed out as possible. Alright. Finally got the housing clean enough. That was not fun. And the seals. guys use the Summit brand axles. This will be my first time, so hopefully they're not absolute garbage. C-clip 1. C-clip 2. All right. Cleaning this cover up and we'll get this thing back on. That way we can put some fluid in it tomorrow. Good enough. Lovely.
Just like you.
Jackie's back, as you can hear.
Did you tell them I was gone?
They knew you were gone. They missed you.
We have microphones back too.
Yeah.
Woohoo.
That makes life better. Yeah, I don't think these will work anymore. Nope.
Gosh, I am so happy that I remembered to get a light while we were in O'Reilly's.
You guys can thank Jackie for being able to see under the car.
Yeah, it's been it's been a making. I'm over it.
You gonna try again?
It's been in the making for a long time. Did that make sense?
There you go.
I
That's
think.
close enough.
Maybe.
It's like one of those things we always forget about until we need it. And we're always like, oh, we need to get a light. And then we never do. But this time, she remembered.
I spied it out of my little eye while we were online.
For those of you not from New York, that means standing in line at the store. Anyone else that says online, they're on the computer. Not Jackie. Jackie says, I was online in the supermarket. And I'm like, why are you online?
He also makes fun of me for calling it a supermarket.
No, I don't. Just for standing online and not in line.
Well, before the internet was there, you wouldn't have questioned it.
No, I still said in line. You're not standing on a line. You're standing in a line made by the people.
How do you know that back in the day there wasn't a drawn line? Or like, what about?
No, I've never seen a drawn line.
Or what about like when they fish you down an aisle? Like,
Fish you?
yeah.
What? I don't even know what you're talking about now.
Yeah.
Fish you down the aisle.
Yeah, like they force you to like go down the aisle. It's like in
Who
Michael.
forces you to go down an aisle?
Like in Michael's and Joanne's, they like put you through like the walk of shame, and that you want to buy all the socks.
You're still standing in a line formed by the people.
It's on the line.
It's not on it.
You're not gonna
There's
get
no
in
line on the floor to stand on.
Listen,
I think you and your mom are the only people that say that.
I think that's a lie.
No, it's not. It's a Staten Island thing.
I mean, and what about you Southerners over here? You're fixing to do things. What are you fixing? What is wrong with the things you're about to do?
Everything.
Or how come you drive like 5 miles an hour? How come there's no S?
What?
Whenever you say that you're like, I'm going like 6 to 8 miles an hour. There's never an S on it. It says mile.
No, I
Dad
say
does it
miles.
too. Really?
Sometimes I'll say, if it's like,
55 mile. Yeah.
what? You're just making stuff up now.
No, but Dad does it too. He doesn't put an S on the end of miles.
I do.
No, you don't.
Maybe not every time, but
Like
I do.
maybe like 0.5% of the time.
0.5%.
Yeah, it's not even a whole percent.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
It's the Jackie-isms.
Yep. Ricky-isms. Any of you guys watch Trailer Park Boys? Jackie just got introduced to Trailer Park Boys last night for the first time.
Why can I relate with the most ridiculous character on the whole dang show, guys?
Because you're ridiculous.
Like Ricky. He annoys the crap out of me, and I am him. I'm ridiculous. I'm spontaneous. And I can't speak English. So there's that.
It's Ricky.
Yeah. Bubbles would definitely be my best friend, though.
Bubbles is awesome.
Yeah.
Do you guys watch Trailer Park Boys?
Yes.
Please tell me you do.
Yeah.
If not, you're screwing up.
I'm not gonna lie.
Don't lie.
Climbing through that random garage today wore me out. I'm pooped.
Oh boy. I'm like, I got my second win. I'm ready to rip a transmission out.
I'm ready to take a nap.
I guess we're not tearing out a transmission tonight, guys.
I could do it. I'm down. Maybe I'll get my second wind. Gosh, look how nice it looks under there with that light.
Gosh.
Yeah. I like dots.
All right. Let's do this. We don't need a seal. We'll just silicone it, folks.
Can we seal it with a kiss?
I prefer not to kiss anything that has gear oil on it.
But what if I had some gear oil on me?
On your lips?
I mean, that'd be really weird, I guess.
It'd be pretty gross.
Why does that cover look like a turtle's helmet?
That's just the way it is.
Doesn't it? It looks like a turtle going into war.
It is. There's a turtle going into war. It's made like that for a reason.
It's going 3 miles an hour.
This,
Uh-huh.
the ring gear, when the ring gear is turning in there, it throws oil up here. And the oil runs down, and then there's 2 holes right here. The oil runs in there, and that oils the carrier bearings and the axle bearings.
Huh, there's a method behind the madness.
Yep.
And you said that you're not putting fluid in there right yet this second.
No, we're not going to put fluid in it tonight. We'll let the sealant dry overnight before we add fluid. Now all we got to do back here is clean up that rotor that I'm totally out of brake clean, so I can't do that.
Okay.
But I use both cans, so I don't know if I have any more. But I got to clean up that rotor, then we can get the brakes back on the car, and then we're done back here until my new shocks show up. Hopefully I'll get those this week.
Steven also realized that he needs to get the transmission stand.
It's buried.
It's under all that stuff in the back after we moved all the cars for the hurricane.
Yep, so that's good news. That makes me happy.
Happy?
Happy. So yeah, we'll have to dig that out before we can pull the transmission out.
I have changed brakes once in my life, but it was a really long time ago.
Now I gotta find my old lug nuts.
Oh.
Yeah. We're back. All right. The Permatex is dry, so time for some fluid. We're going with the heavy duty high performance Lucas. And the Yukon friction modifier. If you have a locker in your rear diff, you have to run this friction modifier. If you do not, every single time you turn, you're going to hear a god-awful popping noise coming from the rear end, and that's your problem. You forgot to add this. So don't forget to add this. Gotta have it. So that's what we're doing. Gotta find a wrench to pull this plug out, and we'll start getting fluid in this thing. Can't remember what the 8.2s hold. I think it's less than 2 quarts though. We'll find out. Once you get some of the gear lube in there, out of this guy, then just pour this back into the gear lube, and then makes it a lot easier to dump it in there. All right, time for the the modifier. This is the worst smelling stuff I think I've ever smelled in my life. Oh yeah, that's god awful. Did I read the instructions to find out how much it needs? Not a chance. Oh yeah. That's it. Take it. It's probably gonna be like 9 miles too long. That's all right. Get it. Maybe. Possibly. Bottle number 2. I don't think this will hold all of it. I can't remember. It's been a while since I've filled this stupid thing up. And I never did drain it after 500 miles like you are supposed to on a freshly rebuilt diff. Instead, I put 30-something thousand miles on it and then decided to open it only because it was making a whole bunch of noise due to the bad axle. But that's okay. Maybe it will hold all of it. Does not hold 2. We're dumping out what it doesn't want right now. Imagine that. That's what happens when you don't have a bad axle and a bad bearing. Much better. I like it. See if we can get another 38,000 out of it before it, wipes out the pinion bearings, because, there's probably still some axle debris floating around in there, but oh well. Didn't have time to do a full rebuild. Well, technically I did have time, but I was slacking a lot. And I would have had to order all those parts too and wait on that. But it looked like it contained most of the particles in the axle tubes. So we'll see if we get lucky. I might regret this later, but not today. Right, now we can get the brakes back on this turd. And we'll be done back here until my shocks show up. I ordered some new shocks for it. Hopefully I'll have them this week. That way I can get them on the car while it's still on the lift. Usually I'm not that lucky. I'll get it off the lift, and then as soon as I get it off the lift, they'll show up. And I'll have to put it back up there, or either just jack it up. One or the other. We'll figure it out when the time comes. Alright guys, we got the brakes back on the rear. Now we're moving on to ripping out this transmission. Already pulled the starter off. Got it out of the way. Camera died, so I had to change that battery. But now we're rotating this flywheel around. Or flex plate, whichever you want to call it. And pulling the torque converter bolts out so that we can slide the torque converter back out of the way. Torque converter's free. I think we're gonna go ahead and put this transmission jack up under it. And we can lower the back of this thing down some and maybe get to those bell housing bolts with a long extension. The slowest transmission jack on earth. hold this thing up with a piece of wire, because I don't have anyone here to hold it. Perfect. More wires to take loose. Can't see it. Don't remember if it's got clips that have to be pushed in or what. This is only the 4th time I've had to do this. You would think by now I would know how to remove this plug. More zip ties holding more wires. Chop those out of there. Let go. Oh, there goes the new light. Oh, it survived. I don't know if anybody else has this low car shifter that bolts directly to the transmission, but it's kind of a pain. It's not my favorite thing in the world. 2 back bolts for the shifter, and loosen the set screws and take out the other bell housing bolts, and it's ready to drop out for the 4th or 5th time. Everything is loose, I think, hopefully, and this thing should be ready to fall out of here. Hoping I can leave that dipstick tube in place and lower it down. I gotta lower it down a little bit and then pull the cooling lines loose still, but that should be all. Let's put a stand under this engine. Can't go far, but I still like to have it propped up with something. There it is. Oh, you piece of shit. I could, of course, get a Ziploc bag that has a hole in it. So it'll probably still leak everywhere. Trying to do this without draining this transmission.
To not have to spend another like $100 on transmission fluid.
Yep.
And you're gonna put that transmission in the truck, right?
Yeah, that's the plan.
Not Valerie's truck, guys.
My truck.
You remember how nice it was when we had a flashlight?
Flashlight?
Yeah, when we had light under here.
It's not really a flashlight.
I mean, it was still called a flashlight. Well, maybe it was called a work light.
It's not a flashlight.
What do you need?
Something to actually plug this.
Man, that thing really does look like a Star Wars spaceship.
What does?
The transmission.
Okay. You say so. Need these fittings out of the side and put in the other one. See, I'm not sure why Low Car didn't tap these so you could screw a bolt in there and pull these things out once they're inside of the transmission. That would have made things way too easy. You gotta come out. Gotta have you. All right, we're gonna set these up here so we can lose them forever. No, we're not. We're gonna put them in the parts pan. Or I will lose them forever.
It's a flippin'. Oh, yeah, let me get there. Let me get there.
Junk. Anyway, transmission's out. Transmission still works. It's just very noisy. So I'm gonna put this in
Clunk.
a truck that I have. We'll see how long it lasts. We're gonna try the other junky ProSource transmission down there and hope that it does better. But anyway, we got it pulled. I've got a next video. You'll get to watch me chop the rest of this floor that we didn't have time to clean up and all that good stuff, and then get the other transmission back in and get the car back on the road and try to go to a car show this weekend. So
Yeah.
that's our plan. So
Did you tell them that like Valerie is obviously not putting this transmission in the truck?
no, she's going to buy a
Okay.
good one from
Gearstar.
Gearstar.
Yeah. So, yeah, long story short, this was for the 54. That one was for the truck. And after the whole debacle with ProSource and how horrible everything was, almost became a lawsuit. But we decided to give up. Let me rephrase that. Valerie decided to give up and just not handle it anymore. But yeah, so
She got tired of dealing with it.
yeah, I mean,
I don't blame her.
there was a lot of stuff that was going on. It was pretty sad. You can literally just Google them on the Better Business Bureau and
Yeah, check them out.
learn how many businesses that they have bankrupted due to complaints. And
Well, they spray paint junkyard transmissions, I assume, and then they won't warranty anything for anybody, and the guy literally will just bankrupt the business once, you know, people realize how bad he sucks. He'll bankrupt it and just move on to the next one. And he's done it like 5 times now or something like that. I don't remember
Yeah.
exactly what it was, but anyway.
he actually told the credit card dispute that we never tried to contact them. Meanwhile, we had all the phone records and we've had all the emails. And there was actually a lot. So yeah, long story short, the credit card company wouldn't accept it anymore because they said that it is a legal matter because of how serious it was. So
Yeah, so we're not going through all that.
yeah.
So all we can do now is let you guys know, never use them, and we will definitely never use them again.
But we're excited to go to Gearstar. Well, we're not going, but
Yeah.
yeah.
No, I don't have Gearstar money.
Yeah.
But anyway, there'll be a Gearstar transmission in the 48, and we'll see how it does. But I've heard nothing but good things about Gearstar. They load test all their transmissions and stand behind them. So we'll see.
I'll stand behind you.
Thanks. Why? You won't be able to see anything. You're too short.
Guys, I'm that person at concerts that when a really tall person comes and stand in front of me, I pinch them.
Evil.
I mean, listen, I'm very tiny.
You're like an evil little elf.
No, listen, if I walk behind the person myself, I will not pinch them. But if a really tall person just walks right in front of me and stands there, you're going to get pinched.
Evil elf.
Yeah. Maybe I am. I kind of do have elf ears.
So yeah, anyway, that's what we got going, guys.
Yeah.
And we're out of time. Jackie has to get this video edited
Yeah.
by like, probably
Tonight. Yeah, that's really it. So I'm going to
So-
be up probably until like forever tonight.
Yeah, so we're gonna wrap this one up, and
You'll see the rest of the
yeah.
transmission.
you'll see all this other garbage on next week's video, along with some other stuff.
Some car show, hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually a pretty cool one here in Jacksonville. So it's a pretty big one. So fingers crossed we'll make it. And if not, we'll see you back in the
Oh,
garage
we'll
for the whole
make it.
video.
We'll make it.
Well, I mean, maybe we just decide we
I
want
mean,
to
I
go.
removed this in an hour.
That is true.
Yeah, it doesn't take that long. I'll put the other one back in pretty quick. The longest part's going to be just cleaning up all of my fabrication work under there, seam sealing and undercoating and all that good stuff.
I can't look at you in this video.
And that's so hard for
Is it-
you,
no,
isn't it?
it's-
You're just staring at a
I
transmission.
can't see you. Don't take me away.
Hello.
I have the spaceship pointing right at me. I'm going to get shot. Yeah,
Anyway,
that's what it looks like.
don't forget.
Like and subscribe and comment and share and www.sawcustoms.com with merchandise that's on
Get
there.
your cool stuff.
Yeah. Oh gosh, we should have that like the popcorn trays, like the old school like little trays. Be like Saw Custom shirt.
Are you going to deliver them
No, like you
on
know,
the tray?
no, like the cigarette girls. Like we'll
Are
be
you
at
the
shows and I'll
cigarette
have
girl?
like the cigarette girl, but it won't be cigarettes. It'll be like Saw Custom shirts. That's my tray hand.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, that'd be pretty cool. No?
Do you guys want Jackie to deliver your shirts on a tray?
Why? I'm not gonna deliver them. I'm gonna just walk around.
Oh,
Yeah, like the
And
cigarette
sell them?
girls. Yeah,
okay.
like the merchandise stand would
I
be
mean,
like.
whatever you want to do.
Probably not walk around with a whole bunch of t-shirts.
Just saying.
Cool. We'll see you.
See you on the next one, guys.
Were you making faces at me over that?
Bye-bye.
I can't see you. All right. Peace out, Cub Scouts.